In the past, waste was produced at the alley entrance and then sent directly to landfills. Now we have a resource recovery plant with advanced equipment to dispose of the waste. Due to our concerted efforts, we have been able to improve air quality and enhance the quality of life. Sinju Refuse Resource Recovery Plant. The resource recovery plant was constructed on the former landfill site of Nanliao in 1994, occupying an area of about 5.5 hectares. The city government invited internationally renowned architects to design the facility, and the plant was officially inaugurated on February 16, 2001. The resource recovery plant utilizes mechanical-grade incinerators, which operate 24 hours a day. The maximum daily treatment capacity is 900 tons, which is sufficient to handle the amount of waste produced daily in Sinju City. The waste is incinerated and decomposed after rigorous processing to avoid environmental pollution, and is then transformed into usable materials and energy resources. Many people would be surprised that up to 41.8% of our waste can be recycled and reused. Thus, waste recycling is an important part of waste treatment. Daily waste can be broadly divided into resource waste, kitchen waste, and general waste. Resource waste refers to waste that can be recycled, including paper, glass, plastic, metal, organics, etc. If the waste can be properly classified and recycled, it will not only reduce harm to the environment, but also save on waste cleanup costs. Kitchen waste usually refers to leftover food and soup residues, which can be used as pig feed. General waste refers to waste other than resource and kitchen waste, and can be divided into combustible and non-combustible materials. Combustible waste is sent to incineration plants and burned, whereas non-combustible waste is transported to sanitary landfills. The Sinju Refuse Resource Recovery Plant is currently managed by Rongfu Company Limited on behalf of the Sinju City Government. After the waste is transported to the resource recovery plant, it is processed by specialized equipment and technology in a strict manner. Treatment processes include reception of waste, dumping of waste, waste grabbing, incineration, smoke treatment, ash and slag disposal and treatment, etc. After the garbage trucks have meandered through the streets of Sinju City, completed waste collection and returned to the resource recovery plant, the collected waste has to go through a computerized magnetic card reader and be weighed on a scale before entering the plant. The control room computer records the weight of the waste and truck number in order to fully control the entry and exit of garbage trucks. Garbage trucks arrive in the dumping area of the third floor via ramps, and park by the specified dump port, and dump their waste according to on-site guidance. The plant has a total of 12 dump ports and a storage capacity of 10,800 cubic meters, approximately the storage capacity of 158 40-foot containers. There are many pieces of monitoring equipment in the crane control room. They are used to monitor the process of waste grabbing and incineration. Instruments are also attached on the grabs to measure the weight of waste. The Shinju Refuse Resource Recovery Plant set up 2 hearth incinerators, which use mechanical-grade incinerators and operate on a 24-hour basis. The central control room is responsible for monitoring and testing all the instruments. Anything unusual will be shown immediately on the control panel, so as to alert the staff, who can then work quickly to maintain normal operations. Different types of waste have different combustion temperatures, and the incineration plant must accurately control the ratio of the waste content. The combustion temperature for general waste is higher than 950 degrees Celsius, and the air temperature in the incinerator is around 950 degrees Celsius. As for the smoke treatment during the incineration process, the resource recovery plant uses the best control technology available. In order to facilitate air circulation and avoid odor leakage, the air in the main pit is drawn into the incinerator for combustion and maintained at a negative pressure so that the fresh air outdoors can flow into the plant. An activated carbon system has been incorporated into the exhaust gas treatment system to effectively remove dioxin pollutants in the exhaust gas. In the process of incineration, the cyclone dust collector, semi-dry scrubber, and bag dust collector are responsible for filtering and removing harmful substances produced by combustion. Waste combustion produces fly ash, reaction products, and bottom ash. Fly ash and reaction products are placed in a sealed fly ash tank car and transported to the fly ash solidification plant. Screening recycling equipment separates out iron and other metal remnants in the bottom ash, and the residual screened bottom ash is sent to landfills. Some of the bottom ash can also be recycled and used as the material for sidewalk bricks, grass bricks, or drain covers. This process not only helps meet the goals of recycling everything possible, but also extends the life of landfills. The plant has a wastewater treatment facility to process the organic wastewater, as well as the inorganic wastewater produced from daily operations. In this plant, organic wastewater is recycled and reused instead of discharged. Therefore, the wastewater treatment facility is not equipped with any discharge pipes. Inorganic wastewater is buffered, coagulated, flocculated, guided into the primary settling tank, and then neutralized before it flows into the organic wastewater collection system. After that, the wastewater is oxidized and guided into the biological sedimentation tank for further treatment. Finally, the water is purified and ready for reuse. Each day, the plant produces 80 to 120 tons of clean water using wastewater. Hydrated lime and active carbon are mixed into cream mud using the clean water produced from wastewater. The sludge derived from wastewater is sprayed into the storage pit and incinerated. By doing so, all wastewater is recycled and reused without any contamination of the environment at all. Gas turbine generators are also equipped to provide electricity for the plant, and excess electricity can be sold to Tide Power, reaching the target of resource reuse. In an attempt to reduce carbon emissions, all the fluorescent lights in the buildings have been replaced by energy-saving lights, and LED street lamps have been installed everywhere in the compound. Moreover, solar power modules and rainwater recycling equipment have been installed for the purpose of environmental protection. On World Earth Day, all lights are turned off for an hour in response to the Environmental Protection Campaign. To To improve cooling efficiency, Yongfu Company has replaced all air conditioning chiller units in the administrative buildings. To cope with Hsinchu City government's call for low carbon emissions, an electric bus charging station and motorcycle charging station were set up in 2011. In Taiwan, tons of deity money is burned in Taoism festivals as a gift for the deities. To improve Hsinchu's air quality, we have moved one step further than any other city in Taiwan by installing deity money collectors in all waste dumping areas, and thus encouraging all Taoism temples and citizens in Hsinchu to appoint us to take care of their deity money for them. To keep the recycling plant in pristine condition, all glass curtain walls are cleaned regularly, all plantations inside the compound are tended constantly, plants are seen on all roofs, and walls are covered with ivy. Most importantly, all roads are kept clean all the time. To ensure safety and to protect the environment, a number of environment monitoring processes are executed in the recycling plant regularly, such as bottom ash burning checks, flue exhaust checks, air quality testing, and swimming pool water quality testing. The recycling plant's day-to-day operations are open to the general public. Everybody is welcome to visit our website, CEMS, and check our daily operations on the real-time bulletin board. The plan echoes the call for sustaining environment and carbon reduction and strives to become an environment education center in Hsinchu City. As a result, the plant received the Green Building label from the Ministry of Interiors in 2014 and is the first recipient of greenhouse gas compliance certification in Taiwan. In an attempt to promote garbage recycling and environmental protection, Hsinchu City's Environmental Protection Administration spent more than $10 million to create the Coastal Low Carbon Environment Education Center named Kids Dream World. The administrative building's Environment Protection Hall was renovated using an interactive concept. 3 themes were incorporated into the renovation: ecology, environmental protection, and clean energy. Now, there is a multifunctional hall and a 200-inch screen here. The oversized screen creates an astonishing audio and visual effect, just like a cinema, to attract visitor attention. The 9-by-9-meter huge artwork contains the major scenic attractions along the 17-kilometer-long coastline. The interactive game area and clean energy area are designed in a lively way. Coupled with the interesting exhibitions, the Environmental Protection Hall is undoubtedly an ideal facility to promote environmental protection. Implementing environmental environmental protection is one of the goals of the Resource Recovery Plant, and advocating and promoting environmental education must be accompanied by a wide variety of activities. The Green Living Summer Camp and the Low Carbon Summer Camp, organized for students, helps to help environmental education take root during childhood with an interesting curriculum so that students can understand the relationship between environmental resources and daily life and further develop the good habit of saving energy and learn to cherish resources and protect the environment. The plant also receives visits from domestic schools and institutions. After the volunteer guide's detailed explanation, visitors are more aware of the importance of environmental protection and at the same time gain a good understanding and a strong positive impression of the Shinju Refuse Resource Recovery Plant. Caring for the disadvantaged is also one of the ongoing key projects of the Resource Recovery Plant, and it hopes to make a contribution through activities or actual home visits. Shinju Resource Recovery Plant is a good neighbor to the Shinju City residents, and thus they constructed the Nanliao warm water swimming pool for recreational purposes. Apart from a standard pool, a spa pool, and a children's pool, there are also sauna and steam room facilities. The second floor is used as a venue for swimming classes, various conferences and exhibitions, and competitions organized by institutions and groups. The warm water pool is heated by the energy produced from the waste combustion by the Resource Recovery Plant and is a good place for leisure and fitness. In addition, a coastal bike path was built along the 17 kilometers of splendid coastline, integrating attractions and environmental education facilities into a complete system so that the public can casually visit the plant. In 2013, the National Day fireworks display was held in Shinju. Brilliant fireworks were set against the backdrop of the beautiful curtain wall of the Shinju Refuse Resource Recovery Plant. The Environmental Protection Bureau of Shinju City is committed to implementing environmental education, recycling policies, and improving the surrounding environmental infrastructure and public services. Therefore, it became the nation's first administration unit to move its office into an incineration plant. By doing so, the Environmental Protection Bureau of Shinju City demonstrates its determination to carry out sustainable management, working together with residents to create a clean, fresh, green space and healthier, better future. The Shinju Resource Recovery Plant awaits your visit.